ANI starts now.
Everyone, I'd like to welcome Chad as our speaker today. Chad has been a member of Frost Valuations team for over a decade and has recently achieved a major goal in obtaining designated status with the Appraisal Institute of Canada. A fun fact about Chad is that in his younger days, he was mistaken for a popular Canadian actor. Can you guess who that actor might be? And for useful facts about real estate and real estate appraisal, please book a one-to-one with Chad. And with that, I'll pass it on to Chad.
Thank you, Kelly. Good afternoon, BNI Apex and visitors. I'm Chad Edie. I'm a real estate appraiser with Frost Valuations. Anybody have a guess on what celebrity I used to get mistaken for in my younger days? No. Someone from Degrassi? No. So my young days, I'd occasionally be told I looked like Brendan Fraser, which at the time I took as a pretty big compliment. So there's young Chad and Brendan Fraser. If you squint, you might be able to see the resemblance. However, I hope my current self bears less resemblance to Brendan Fraser. A little bit about myself for members I've yet to connect with. My current family consists of my wife Dallas and our dog Sadie. Sadie's like her dad and enjoys to have a Budweiser from time to time. Growing up, I was active in multiple sports and loved the team environment that sports provided. It's carried on my professional career with the Frost Valuations team and has provided me with an opportunity to grow as an appraiser and a person. I'm not completing appraisal reports. I'm still active in hockey, slow pitch, boarding, golfing, hunting, and fishing. I'm fortunate that my wife is also a former athlete and likes doing these activities with me. Recently, we've become members at the Sturgeon Valley Golf Course, and we're looking forward to spending more time in the links this summer. We are playing sports. We enjoy traveling, and I'm happy to report. Well, kind of got spoiled by Trevor, but we're heading to Capital this weekend for a much needed vacation. We also enjoy spending time on our family farm. We help out with the cows and hang out with our 4 nephews. And often the nephews are harder to wrangle than the cows. So Frost Valuations. So originally we started as Frost and Associates, and we were founded in 1988, and we were focused on mostly residential and commercial appraisals. In the past few years, we've incorporated equipment appraisal and business valuations. So we've changed our name to Frost Valuations, Inc. Our knowledge of the real estate market, business landscape, and our people, integrity, passion, and experience have made Frost Valuations a respected leader in the valuation and consulting industry. So our team's actually grown since the last time I did a presentation. We have more than 20 appraisers and support staff now. Our multifaceted team carries out valuations and consulting services to address a variety of needs beyond mortgage financing, although all of our team members are on approved lists for major banks and Schedule B and C lenders. Our appraisers have also been expert witnesses and consultants on various legal and tax appeal matters. So machinery and equipment asset valuations division, they're all appraisers with the Canadian Institute, as well as Canadian Personal Property Appraisers Group. Mostly they do farm equipment or commercial construction equipment and anything with lots of inventory like liquor stores or other retail stores. And you can finance some of this inventory through ATB especially. They also do for marriage settlements and estate settlements. Good referrals for our equipment and asset valuations company include restaurants, liquor stores, construction companies, and other businesses with an abundance of equipment and inventory. Our business valuations section, Frost is fortunate to have a team member who also holds a Chartered Business Valuator designation, or CBV. As the biggest asset of most businesses is their real estate holdings, our team can add value to your company by providing a report with both the real estate appraisal and the business valuation. This team focuses on medium-sized businesses with an approximate worth of $500,000 to $40 million. These reports are most commonly used for employees buying in or internal shareholder transactions, and then divorces and tax planning. We're also a member of Collaborative Divorce Alberta Association, which I know Cassie's a member of as well. Works well there. Typical clients and good leads for business valuation would be business brokers, lawyers, and smaller accounting firms, and any partnership or business owners that are looking to sell some shares or divide up some work that way. So real estate appraisal is more so what I do. When do you need a real estate appraisal? When you're building, buying, or selling a property, financing, refinancing, purchase financing, all kinds of the financing, reviewing property taxes for tax assessments, sometimes capital gains assessments, CRA, or lease rates if they need stuff for your accounting needs. business mergers and acquisitions, and settling estate matters. Today, I wanted to talk to you about effective dates. So what's an effective date? The effective date is the date in which the analysis, opinions, and or advice of the appraisal, review, or consulting service applies to. The effective date in a current market value is typically the inspection date. This has to do more with our insurance in that it kind of limits the amount of changes. If our effective date is different than our expected date, we have to make all kinds of assumptions that the condition of the property and detrimental factors don't exist that weren't there during our inspection. When completing retrospective reports, the effective date is chosen by our client. Most common examples of this are for divorces and estate appraisals. In divorce cases, depending on what your lawyer wants to do, it's usually the date of cohabitation or the wedding date that we use for the retrospective value. The retrospective value for estates are typically for tax filing purposes, and they like to use the date of passing. We also technically can prepare a prospective value. These types of reports are rarely ordered. We complete them based on a modeling system, and kind of like a meteorologist forecasting the weather, the farther you want to go into the future, the worse, well, the less accurate our data for modeling gets. So which Brendan Fraser do you need? The use of the report typically dictates the effective date. I'm thinking most of the ladies in the group want the older Brendan Fraser. For current value reports, these are all your standard mortgage financing, purchase financing, joint ventures, divorces, estates, easements. All these are, the date of inspection, fairly straightforward current values. Retrospective values can be used in some of these same things or anything where there's a point in time value required. So most of these scenarios require both current, like especially divorces usually require a current and retrospective report. And then what we do is we determine the appreciation or depreciation in the real estate or the asset over the time of and marriage is the easiest. So over the course of the marriage for the settlements and most things to be judged on, it's the difference that they're looking for, not so much the value in either or. And so good referrals for me would be mortgage brokers and commercial brokers, lawyers, accountants, realtors, property managers, any kind of business owners, executives of estates, and divorcees. And that's pretty much it.
All right. Well, to learn more about Chad and his business, feel free to book a one-to-one. Thank you, Chad. That was a wonderful presentation.
D&I starts now. Like everyone says it.
Are we all saying it? I'm confused.
What are you
now.
saying now? Do we all say D&I? Oh, terrible. Yeah.
Starts now.
No. Do you want us to say D&I?
Say it more casually, like we're not trying to rehearse the most impossible phrase in the world.
No.
B&I starts now.
B&I starts now. That was the best one yet.